All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most entertaining hour on YouTube. If this is your first time here, please sit back and enjoy the ride as we discuss all things Monster Hunter. My name is Jin Fury, and I'll be 50% of your hosting duo as we go down the rabbit hole. That being said, let me turn it over to my heterosexual life mate, Phemeto. Fem, take us home, buddy.
Thank you, Papa Jin. Hey guys, welcome back. We're trying to keep busy here before Monster Hunter Rise comes out, trying to burn through this holiday season. You know, can't go by quick enough, right? Today we have with us the one and only Wyverian 4G, streamer, YouTuber, Twitter poet, memer, everything and above. Thanks for coming out and hanging with us, sir. How's it going, man?
Individual, real Renaissance individual.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Why are you guys so quiet?
Well, I don't know. I thought you were going to keep going with that.
Yeah, dude, I thought you were cutting out because of the fucking camera. I didn't know, man.
No. Okay, well, fine. That's fine. So, yeah, people who didn't know, we're having camera issues. It is what it is. Deal with it.
Yeah, my camera looks like a 2003 webcam.
Actually, the quality looks pretty okay.
Really?
Yeah, it does, actually. Like, resolution-wise, it looks fine.
Your hair looks nice. Your hair looks real nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that out of the way, what has everyone got drinking tonight? What are we doing here?
Bud Light Lime! Bud Light Lime! I'm just kidding. I'm drinking like a frat boy, but I am drinking Bud Light Lime today, dude. I'm pretty pumped up about it.
Okay, little pansy. What is that, like a 3%?
I'm gonna drink 12 of them. Shut the fuck up. Don't worry. I got my thing. You do you. You do you. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'm the drunk one here. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I'm gonna crack another one, too. Watch this. I have two. Talk shit. Talking all that shit.
He gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually very impressed that you didn't spill that.
Bro, I'm a champion! Let's go! Beat your fucking chest! Let's go!
Anyway, I got crazy German beer. Oh, you can't see it because it's mirrored, but it's called Schneiderweiss. It's basically it's a double fucking wheat, a double bock, whatever it is. It's a wheat beer. And this is a 12% beer, so I've been pounding. This is my third one tonight.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a really strong beer.
There you go, man. Hell yeah. Deuce, get them.
I like my German beers.
Okay.
What is it? I got, you guys are gonna make it fun of me right now, but I got Mike's Heart.
That's good. That's like,
you know what's funny? My name's Michael. Mike's Heart.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I did not know that, so now we got a name reveal too. I honestly didn't know. I don't know if you've told people your name before, but I did not know.
No one really asked, so I don't really say anything.
Nobody really wants to know anything about me, man. I don't know.
Mike's for
no one asked me my name.
Dude, hard cherry lemonade is bomb.
No, it is. That shit is amazing.
Okay, well, everyone's want to take a drink, and we'll start getting into this shit.
Put him down, boys.
Oh, put it down? Okay.
Put it down all the way. Come on. All right, there we go.
Good man. Okay.
All right. Let me crack I'm on my third beer, number 3.
Yeah. So 4, but I also started a couple hours ago, so
good for you.
Anyway, Wyverian, man. So you're no stranger to Monster Hunter. You've been around for a while. Probably 4G is your favorite, or you started in 4. But I'm just curious. So, what has kept you around for Monster Hunter? We usually don't ask this, but I mean, people who stick with the franchise, why? Because it's pretty much the same every single time.
Well, shit. So I played a lot of Pokemon too, which is also the same all the time. So it's not that different for me. But I started with 3U, and actually at first I didn't like it. Like, the game was annoying. I kept dying. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I think I gave it a few tries and it just clicked. And I know everyone says that Monster Hunter just clicks, but once it clicks, that was it.
And that's true. And I was the same way, actually. I started with 3U and I fucking hated it. It's just could not deal with it. So it finally clicked with you. So you've been in 3U, 4. Did you do 4 and 4U or just 4? I mean, just fucking.
I did only for you because I was broke and I couldn't get a Japanese 3DS. I had to suffer with 3.
Oh, so you were that interested even back then that you really wanted to get like just 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so I can't even word this stuff properly. So you're obviously going to be hyped for Ryze, right? So
Hell yeah.
everyone's super into that. So what is making you keep playing Monster Hunter?
I would say for me, it's probably the combat and the fact that there's always room for improvement. I like to get better at the games I play, especially if I'm passionate about it. So even though I don't speedrun as much, I do like to get really good with the weapon to the point where I can speedrun something without trying. So if I just go in there and beat the shit out of a monster and beat it in 4 minutes.
So you're looking to be like a consistent good person like Kanta, who's just top performer all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good man over here, always wanting to improve. We like to see.
Always.
Kanta had that one sick ass Kieran world record, that the one with like the drunk bird back at base. You remember that? It was
I know, because I was during the time that we were all playing like Hunting Horn, and we're all just trying to like goofing around, trying to dunk each other. It was like me, Grifted, BJ, and then Kanta was doing stuff too. And I think, who was it? I can't think of anyone else. There was one other person. But anyway, we're all doing it. And then, Kanta got this absurd Kieran run with everything lines up. And it's an amazing run, not because, Kanta's good. We all know Kanta's great. But because it's so hard to get that kind of RNG with that spawn for Kieran. And Kanta is so consistently good that he got the spawn and then just cranked out the run. Just because he can.
It was 2-something, right? Back in base world, 2-something, Kieran?
For a Hunting Horn, I think it was like a 230, because I think I had 255, and he had like a 230, and I was like, "There's no way I'm shaving 30 seconds off a Hunting Horn run."
That's a nut speed.
I think Kanta is a robot.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fem's met him. You met him in real life, right, Fem?
No, I haven't met him. I've seen what he looks like.
You've seen what he looks like. That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that face.
Are we allowed to talk about that or no? We're not.
I don't think so, because I don't think. Cool.
I don't think he wants to know.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to know. But I shouldn't say who. Yeah, don't worry. Pass up.
No, moving on. Moving on. Don't ever question the great wizard of Kanta. Don't do it.
Yeah, Kanta's a robot. Don't worry about it.
Let him be the big head behind the screen. Just imagine a giant floating head, and that's Kanta perfect. It's got it right there.
Dude, I'm still thoroughly impressed in Kanta, who is still playing Monster Hunter on the regular.
Well, if I had 600 viewers, you would do that too. What do you mean? It's like
right?
Money.
I mean, I guess you have to, but fuck.
Yeah.
It's because we have different play styles, and that I can't. I don't know.
No, it's because of cash. If you had shit tons of cash being thrown at you, you would play it right now. That's it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's like.
I know. No talk.
He doesn't have to do shit, dude. Yeah. He is the Akira Toriyama of Monster Hunter runners. Literally. He, like, all the other, like, designers, like, all the other anime artists, they all hate Akira Toriyama because all he has to do is just do a power-up of for, like, 30 minutes straight. That's it. Everyone else has to do story and backline. He doesn't have to do fucking anything, dude. Kanta's got it down. Kanta's the champion. Like, Kanta's easily the best player, like, by far. They know what they're doing. Champion.
I think Kanta is probably the most consistent player, too. I haven't seen a lot of like the Japanese runners and stuff, but I think Kanta is just absurdly consistent. So I watch his streams all the time, and he's just always good.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know. He can play any weapon. He just like on the stream, like he does like people can tell him what monster and what weapon, and he just goes out and does it and crushes it every time, regardless.
What if he's got like 9 people there? Like everyone go with a weapon. He's like, okay, you behind the controller. Jeff, come here. Jeff.
It's your turn now.
We don't know. We don't know what his setup's like. Could be.
What if he types with his toes?
I swear to God, I think
That
he
would be
does
wild.
sometimes.
That would be
Because
wild.
I like you could see him whenever he stops in Monster Hunter, like you could see him type. But there's times where he's still fighting, and then I see him type
and he's
something.
typing.
I'm like,
How
what
the
the
fuck
fuck?
he did that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make no sense at all. So, Wyvern, so do you have any plans to do anything with Ryze as far as Twitch or YouTube goes? Are you gonna like heavily invest in it, or what's your plans going forward with Monster Hunter?
With Ryze, I plan to do like I want to tackle like a sword and shield guide and a charge blade
Oh,
guide.
okay.
Yes, I'm gonna be covering the game like a shit ton when that comes out. And I started taking content seriously when Iceborne was on its way out. So I think covering something when it comes out is going to be beneficial for me as well.
100%.
So I plan to do a
I
lot.
guarantee you that's the only reason why my shit took off is because I started on like the demos of World. After that, it's just been downhill.
You
Yeah,
and
so
T both said that about yourselves, you and TSC Fem, and that's not true at all. The reason your guys' content is good is because your content is good. That's
Man,
why. Like,
whatever.
you guys both are like, oh no, it's true, dude. Like, there's 55,000 scrub ass dudes out there, and we're not even gonna go start. We're not gonna start throwing names out there. We don't need to do any of this shit. I'm just saying. Everyone knows there's plenty of fake content out there. It's rehashed, same bullshit. Says world record in the title. Has no fucking anything behind it. Just straight fucking dribble. Like it's trash. Like you guys created stuff, dude. I think the first video I saw was one of your Gunner Guild one and one of T's beta videos talking about Ariel, like the damage chart on it, dude. Like that's the shit that I like. Like, hey, look, here's the reality of how it plays out in the game. And I think that's what a lot of people who want to get better at games that's why you guys blew up, because there's a lot of people who were newer to that series who were playing it for the first time on a big console, and they wanted to see what it was all about, dude. And you guys crushed it. You guys crushed it for sure.
Information is always necessary. So it's always nice seeing people who want to put out more informative content.
Yeah, knowledge is
I
king.
think that's like super important for Monster Hunter information.
Well, it just they don't tell you shit in Monster Hunter. They don't tell you fucking anything.
I think that's just a Capcom thing. Because even like I play Street Fighter, they don't tell you nothing. Like only recently do you get frame data now.
But they actually give you frame data now in Street Fighter?
Yeah,
that's new.
Yeah, now they do. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was still all like data mine stuff.
Oh no, they have it now. But before Street Fighter 5, you couldn't find any. You had to find all that shit online. You didn't know anything. You didn't even know how the stun meter worked. Like they don't show you anything.
Well, wasn't there a stun meter
hide.
in like Street Fighter 2 Turbo? I think some of the older ones had
wasn't
stun meter.
Turbo?
I know most games don't have it, but I think
most games don't have it. I think Street Fighter 3 had it. The little bar underneath your health bar.
Yeah. There's like a little bar that built up.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo was dope as fuck, dude. You could crank the turbo meter all the way up and just be like, what? Dude, that shit was fucking dope.
So that's cool. So you're gonna do more content. Are you gonna be like doing I mean, obviously you're probably gonna be streaming it a lot, but are you gonna be like full-time streaming, or do you have like a job that you're gonna be doing it like on the side?
I wanna do full-time streaming, but I think that'll come with time. And I'm strapped for cash, so I'm gonna need a day job.
There you go.
I
Can't
think
be a
I'll
neat, not like Jin.
I'll probably juggle the two. I'll juggle the two, and then if streaming works out, then full-time streamer.
Well, that'd be cool. I know a couple of people have started to do full-time streaming, especially in the Monster Hunter community. I think Kanta's full-time streamer now. Kanta used to have a job, but I think he's full-time streamer.
If Kanta has a job, I would make fun of him. I would 100% tell him Kanta.
He did. I mean, a couple of years ago when I was talking to him, he had a job, but I don't think he does anymore.
He's literally too good to have a job.
All he has to do is type and play a video game, and people just throw money at him. Kanta,
Yeah.
Do nothing else. Be the master of that. Do nothing else. Never show your face. Never reveal. Never. Just never. For all time.
We've never even heard his voice.
Yeah.
Good. Keep it that way. He could be like Exit Mouse. Just nobody knows what the fuck they look like. Nobody knows who's under the thing. It'll be great.
Do you think you could do that, Wife? Like, could you be a full-time streamer and do nothing but play games all day, every day?
Yes.
I think there's potential there, because I know the last time I did a test stream, I literally was just fighting some monsters and like 15 people came in. in like 5 minutes. 15 to 20 people came in just to watch me fight shit. I didn't have my mic on or anything. So I think
like, would you be comfortable doing it like a whole day? I think that's.
would I be comfortable?
No, not a whole day. Every day. 40
Every
hours
day.
a week.
Every day to get paid just to play.
Exactly, and that's why I said yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say every day. Let me get that guap.
I think that's probably like a mentality difference because like I've pondered the idea of being a full-time streamer. I was like, I don't think I could ever do it. Like I like playing games, but I don't think I could play games and have people watch me every second of the day. It's just like,
yes,
I could do that.
I feel like
yes.
I feel like it gets more strenuous when you have to interact with people.
Yep.
But if you don't, especially with your voice, if you don't, like it's easy. You just type, "Oh, hey guys, what's up?" Beat the shit out of monster. Money. Like
I mean, people want to see good players. I mean, that's not to say
Mhm.
people don't want to see like, or I don't know how I should phrase it. I'm not shitting
Well-
on people who aren't like top tier.
Yeah.
Because I view Monster Hunter streams all the time, and I
Mhm.
don't look at speedrunner videos and stuff because I'm already aware of what that's like, and I know what the resets are
like
like.
resets and stuff.
Yeah, and like that doesn't interest me, which is why I don't like streaming when I do runs because I hate knowing that all they're watching is me resetting the same quest over and over again. It bugs the
It's
shit out of me.
boring as fuck, dude. It's
I
so
like
boring.
I like watching normal people casually play the game and actually have fun. Because like runners, we don't. It's cool when we get the run, but up until that point, it's just misery. It's just straight
Dude,
misery.
if you're really into a run, do you know what it looks like on stream? Like, if you're really like, if you go back and like look at your shit, this is what like all
Yeah,
like
it's like
myself
this.
included. You're sitting there, you look frustrated. You're really not talking to anybody. Like, the only person who does it right is Rainy. Rainy's the only person who has
Rennie
full
just
interaction.
fucking rages at his
Exactly. He's
screen.
just like, oh, you motherfucker, come on, look at top. Like, Ronnie's just like going fucking to town, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely a personality thing.
Yeah. He dude, oh god. It doesn't look good though on some like the weapons you and I use, it doesn't look good for resets. Aerial doesn't look good for resets. Gunning doesn't look good for resets.
Right.
CB looks good. CB looks good because it's a very, very
CB always
mechanical
looks
weapon.
good.
Well, so does
Exactly.
Switch Axe, and it's stylish, man.
I think Switch Axe is the best looking thing in the game, and I've said that since Base World. I think Switch Axe is the coolest looking thing.
What about Iceborne Sword and Shield?
Oh yeah, Sword and Shield,
Sword and Shield.
dope. Granted, I'm also aware of how fucking broken it is. Dude, Iceborne Sword and Shield is crazy. I'm actually excited for that because for Ryze, they're taking basically all the weapons from World and like have their movesets coming over to Ryze, and then we're gonna get like Wirebug on top of it. I'm curious on if Sword and Shield is gonna have its buffed attacks or if it's gonna be like dog shit again.
No, it better have the perfect rush.
It will.
Well, but even Perfect Rush was dog shit until they buffed it by 100 motion value.
Oh yeah, that's right. They buffed it. Yeah, you're
so,
right. You're
like,
right.
I'm just curious, like, if they do bring Sword and Shield over, is it gonna be like bad Sword and Shield, or is it gonna be like super OP? Because I'm okay with super OP Sword and Shield.
Super OP. It's gonna be super OP. They're only gonna bring the hardcore stuff over. Yep.
Sword and Shield was kind of like before.
Kind of. Nobody liked it. That's why Maestro quit. Fucking Nox quit because Sword and Shield was just garbage and not fun. And then they buffed it.
He was so good with Sword and Shield, dude. Like when I came into into the game, like he actually was just like a bigger name just in general at the time. Like just his runs were sick because Sword and Shield, no one was doing anything with it. I hope he comes back for Ryze. Hopefully there's some cool stuff with like some. I mean, I know they hate Aerial, all those guys. They hate like the ledges and shit, but maybe there'd be something cool for him. I don't know. Hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I think Ryze is going to be fucking legit, man. I think it's going to be really good. You know, we don't talk about the other things that are going to be in Ryze. We talk about what we've seen. Let's talk about what we haven't seen, right? Menuing, the inventory system, gearing. I expect big improvements. You know what I mean?
The UI actually looks pretty good.
I haven't looked at the UI.
Minimalistic.
I haven't messed with. I haven't looked at like too much of like menu stuff within it. But what I've seen, like I said, I think it's going to get the improvements that it needs. On a Switch, you know, you want to be real quick, right? So real fast with, you know, the flicks of, you know, your fingers. I think it's going to be really, really, really responsive. I think it's going to be really, really, really quick, like the menuing. Dude, I don't know why suddenly I have like this really good feeling about the game. I think it's because we've seen more than just like a snippet.
Right, we've seen actual gameplay.
and it's not bad. Like,
exactly.
I was like, okay, what are we gonna get? We're gonna get like Clutch Claw 2.0, or we're gonna get some old tank mechanics from like some old generation when this game, whatever. Like, no, Ryze looks good, and it looks competitively
It really does.
good.
Dude, tech rolls.
Competitively good.
We get tech rolls now.
Dude, anytime you can add like improvements to mobility and stuff like that, like I'm all for that, dude. It's gonna be
As
good,
someone
man.
who like plays a lot of fighting games, a tech roll in Monster Hunter is pretty good.
Yeah, it looks crazy. I can't. Well, I mean, obviously it's a Capcom game, so I'm not horribly surprised that they finally brought it. But yeah, dude, tech rolls in Monster Hunter, dude. And I like that we have like 2 or sometimes 3 we've seen in the clips of the wire bugs, and they're on a really fast cooldown, which means like we're gonna be able to do it, pretty frequently.
A lot.
Now, one of the things I'm curious about is, do you guys think that we're gonna? I don't know if they've said it or not, but are we gonna get like village and guild hall quests back, or is it still gonna run like the world model where we're having like single player and then that's it?
I think I heard about them splitting them up again. Like we're gonna have village quests and then we're gonna have multiplayer gathering hub quests. But I don't know if you can bring people with you for the village quest yet. I would assume so.
That would be interesting. Then I'm also so yeah, that's kind of weird because then I mean, what's the point of the village quest?
Yeah, that would be weird unless it's like maybe it's like not an SOS thing, but instead you invite people in your room and you do village quests. I don't know.
They can get rid of SOS. Nobody fucking cares about SOS.
Oh, SOS like ruins social aspects and no one wants to talk. No one wants to do anything.
Well, and the hub did too. Nobody wants to go to the fucking hub.
Nope.
Yeah, that too. Especially in Base World, the goddamn loading screen.
I know. Nobody wanted to spend 2 more minutes to load into the hub. Like, no, that's okay. I'll sit down here.
Waste of time.
So if they are splitting it up again, I wonder if guild hall quests will be automatically scaled to multiplayer, kind of like how they used to be, or if they're going to be like still scaled solo if you're solo.
I think they might do that. I think they might still scale it dynamically, but I think they're splitting it up so that like things aren't as antisocial as before. That's what I think, but I could be wrong.
I mean, that would be nice because yeah, like World killed the whole social aspect of Monster Hunter. I used to love
it. Really did.
Like random halls in Monster Hunter used to be fun. Like on the 3DS, you should just drop into halls and just hunt stuff for funsies. And World destroyed that.
You know what I used to do? I used to go in my box and get garbage. You like, and I'll just hand garbage out to people because you didn't know what you were getting until you actually got it.
Oh wow, what a troll! I hand it out.
They're like, "Oh shit, you gave me garbage."
Did you guys see the Capcom leak?
I heard about the Capcom leak. I didn't see what is the Capcom leak. I heard that Dragon's Dogma 2 was in it, which is crazy.
I heard about it. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. PC version of Ryze.
Aww.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Really?
PC version of Ryze.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like at the same time, or is it gonna be like a 6 months down the road?
I don't know about the same time.
3 or 4 months.
That seems crazy that they haven't told us any of that, because when World came out, they told us, yeah, PC's coming out at a later date, but they haven't said Ryze yet.
They're not going to not do it, and I think I've probably said this. I don't even know what episode we're on at this point, like 18 episodes in or some shit.
World on PC did so well.
Marketing,
why would they?
People will double dip.
Not do that again?
I'm just curious, like, is it gonna look like the Switch version and not be like super nice and pretty like World, and it's just gonna be like a straight port?
It'll be a port, I'm sure, but you can mod it and you give it better graphics, bro.
Outside of modding, and I still think it'll look a little bit more cleaner than the Switch version. Because you know the Switch resolution is dog shit.
And yeah, it's like 720p or something shit, maybe 900p, but it's pretty shit.
Yeah,
and it's gonna run at like 30 frames or less, mostly
30,
less.
30 frames, fuck. I hate that word.
I know. I can't believe next gen games are still gonna be 30p or 30 frames as standard. Like
that's fucking ridiculous.
Like, you guys are stupid.
Not for long. I'll tell you right now, those games aren't going to sell much longer.
Well, because they're so invested in like 8K, and I don't think they realize that, one, nobody can stream 8K. Two, nobody can view 8K, And 3, nothing's gonna run 8K at more than 30 frames, which is gonna look like shit anyway. It's like, why? And like even 4K, where we can't even watch 4K without like some crazy internet, and
Yeah,
we can't
exactly.
stream 4K without even crazier internet. So it's like, why don't they just focus on like 1440p at 120 frames? Wouldn't that be like more like just better? 1440p looks great.
It does.
Well, some companies are like the Baldur's Gate company. Why their name crossing? Like, it's eluding me right now. Larian's
Larian.
doing games. They're doing that. They're investing all into it.
Okay.
But I feel like we're at the point where we shouldn't even have games at 30 FPS anymore.
Are we?
We
at that?
should.
Just move on.
We should, dude. The original consoles were all 60 frames. N64 was 60 frames. PS1 was 60 frames. It wasn't until like PS3. I think it was PS3.
It was PS3.
Yeah, PS3. That generation, where they started doing 30 frames because they really wanted to hype up
You
graphics.
remember what games looked like on Nintendo 64, though, right? Like, but before we
I do.
At least they ran better.
They ran great.
Like,
GoldenEye 64, the greatest first-person shooter, the greatest multiplayer of all time.
The controls were jank as fuck.
The worst frame rate, but it was the best.
No,
game.
okay. Do you guys? If you guys had N64, did you guys play the South Park shooter game?
Yes, of course.
It
I
ran
played that,
great, dude. It was fantastic.
Yeah. And the plunger gun and all that shit, yeah. That and what was the other one? Conqueror's Bad Fur Day? That was also fucking.
Oh yeah, that was totally not the only M-rated game on N64 that my parents accidentally picked up from Best Buy or Blockbuster.
I mean, but are you guys bummed out about having Ryze at 30 FPS though?
Not at all.
Or
No.
being locked on 30?
I kind of am because going back, because I know it's not going to be locked at 30. It'll be 30 or less because we've already seen in some of the trailers and stuff that it's going to dip, which is terrifying to me. But I feel like the Switch Pro is going to be coming out around the same time or sometime next year. So I think we're going to be required to get that, kind of like the PS4 Pro and the PS4.
You think so?
Which is kind of annoying.
It's going to be annoying.
Kind of annoying.
But no, I think it will, Jen. I think 100% Nintendo is going to show like a Switch Pro. And I think it'll be required.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be an improved version of it. So from what I was reading on a couple like the little hacker websites this one doesn't have the Tegra 3 processor, and because of the processor, the specific processor that the current Switch uses, that's why you can do like short out the two prongs on the one side to like boot into the RCM.
To do the RCM mode, yeah.
So apparently this new one, like, yeah, it's going to look better and all that stuff. But what from everyone, like a couple of the leaks on like 4chan and all that, it's literally designed just to stop that because they don't want people going on the Nintendo eShop. Like, that's literally what this new thing is supposed to be doing.
It's not going to be like...
So that's what they're saying. Yeah, they're not going to have some big jump. It ain't going to be anything like... It ain't going to be a Switch Pro. It'll be a newer version of the Switch.
Well, I was only hoping that it would be better frame rate and better performance while undocked, because like 90% of Switch games run like ass when they're not docked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they look blurry as shit too.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I want them to fix. Like, I can deal with 720p. That's fine. Or 900p, whatever the fuck it is. I just want it to be nice and consistent.
Nintendo has always ran on this, and this is why Nintendo games are usually better games than everything else. Nintendo makes good games. I don't care how they look.
No,
I really don't.
They definitely
make
do.
Good games. If it's on Nintendo, it's usually a good game. A Nintendo game.
They know how to optimize their games.
They do
on their own hardware
with their like tiny amount of disk space too. Like fucking Breath of the Wild is like 16 gigs or something. It's like,
and they cram every line of binary code into that motherfucker that they could, and that shit runs good.
Yeah, so they do optimize well.
Dude, it's tough to do that, man. It's tough.
Well, and like I've always been impressed on like Monster Hunter 3 and 4 on the 3DS. Dude, the 3DS hardware has been shit. Even when it launched, it was shit. But those games look good for a little handheld game. I've been impressed thoroughly because they're the best looking games on the 3DS for sure.
Sure.
I also loved how 4U was 60 FPS.
Yeah, on the new 3DSs, it was like 50 to 60. It looked so buttery smooth. Oh my god. I'm playing Double Cross right now on Citra at 60 frames. Ah, it looks so good. It's so good. I can't believe Switch is on 30 frames still.
Dude, I can't wait. We could have. Go ahead, brother. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, babe.
No, it's okay. I actually just forgot. So go
It's
ahead.
cool, man.
Good job, Jin.
Dude, I'm fucking up, man. I'm fucking up. I'm sorry. There's like a little delay. I'm sorry. I'm excited, dude, that as soon as this COVID shit's done, we can actually have like a Monster Hunter con. I think there'll be enough games out and enough draw to where like we could do that here in America. Like I think there would be a way
Another
to
Festa.
like
Or
something
another Festa.
fun. Like we could do it ourselves. Like I'm not even joking, dude. Like it's not that hard to set up a fucking
You
convention.
know,
I mean, it costs
I was
money.
me and a friend were talking to Henry about doing some stuff.
I was talking to Jin like last year about the same thing. It's just throw in like just gather all the Monster Hunter players and just throw like
Mhm.
a hotel
Charity
party.
And do a charity.
Mhm.
Do like a charity stream hotel party for all the Monster Hunter peeps.
Yeah,
Raise,
that,
like,
that would work.
$500,000 for cancer and shit. That we're fucking doing something with our lives. I think that'd be a great fucking idea. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, because we have the Monster Hunter New York City group here.
Mhm.
So me and Peanut could run some
Peanut?
stuff along with Henry or Henry.
The same.
You know, that
same
could
thing.
work.
Yeah.
Swag. Swag. Big H. Big H.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem over here in the US is like the Monster Hunter community in the US is relatively small compared to everywhere else in the world. And then also
Yeah.
the US is so fucking big. The East Coast and West Coast people are just so fucking divided. Like it's a
It would-
10-hour flight from California to New York. Ridiculous.
We wouldn't let casuals in. We wouldn't allow it. You have to like if you didn't beat a Latreon, you can't be invited. Like that's
Yeah,
the rule.
that would actually be the entry. Show me your Latreon run.
Like, I won't allow you in.
You
Like
gotta-
if you don't
You gotta
care,
record it too.
Yeah,
bring your
Record it.
your
Yeah,
save
put
file,
footage
you
in.
just be in-
post me your Latreon run. I want to see that shit. Everyone's
Yeah,
got to kill a Latreon. Latreon's the best fight. You can't not do it.
I got to do a Latreon still, so I'll just bow out of this conversation before Fem starts making fucking fun of me. So cheers.
You still haven't done, dude. What the fuck are you? Okay, Jin, you're no longer employed. Just get it out of the way.
As of 2 hours ago, yes, I am no longer
And I'm
employed.
already calling you
You-
Jin the Neat, jobless Jin. That's you.
I got a couple checks still coming, buddy. So I'm not exactly the neat yet, but we're gonna get there sooner or later. So I guess you're right. I should probably-
So speaking of like all like the speed running shit and all that stuff, Wyvern, I'm just generally curious. How do you perceive the Monster Hunter community as a whole? Because as far as I see, it's pretty split and crazy. I'm just kind of wondering to know what other people's perspectives on it is.
Yeah, it's super split and it's kind of fucking annoying because I think a lot of people should let people play the way they want to play. Like if you like to speed run. If you I feel like casuals can learn a lot from speedrunning. Like even if you don't want to speed run, I think looking at those strats can help you play the game better.
I hate
That's
the term
right.
speed run so much. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I guess it's not
fucking
even
hate
a speed run because we're doing like individual.
You're just playing the
matches.
game better. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you're doing. I would
No,
never. play
you're
with
right.
your
You're right.
I would never walk
No,
up to
you're
a
right.
girl in a club and be like, "Hey, what's up, girl? I'm a speedrunner." Like you wouldn't say that dumbass shit. You get slapped and spit in your face, and it sounds dumb to say it. You're just playing the game better. Like you're literally just playing the
You're
game better.
right.
That's all you're doing.
But a lot of people don't see it that way though.
I
Well,
know
a lot of
because
people
even
don't
better.
want to play
They've been
that
playing
way.
it for 10 years and posting on Twitter that they've been
Exactly.
playing the game for 10 years. And the Latreon's unfair. Like, you've been playing the game 10 years, you're still bad at it? Like, are you serious at this point? I can't deal with this shit. And unfortunately, that's like 70% of the player base. Like, we always get back on this.
No, he's right. That's why I was saying that just learning how to play the game better, you're going to naturally beat the monsters faster. Like that's just how it's going to be. One, I mean, from personal skill, and then depending on the build or set or build you have, whatever you want to, however you want to say it, that's gonna
Which way
help
do you want to go? Which one?
That's gonna help you beat the monster faster. It just naturally happens. So whether you want to actually speed run or not, beating the monster faster is going to be a gauge of how better you are.
Do you want to play the game good, less good, more good, slightly good? Which one is it? What you're doing?
But
it
yeah,
seems like-
I feel like
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like the community just there's no reason why it should be split. I feel like it's kind of dumb because I know remember that video I did on Twitter after the Festa when everything just blew up.
Dude,
Because
that
I
was so
literally said-
crazy, dude.
I said, it doesn't matter how you play. We should all come together and enjoy the goddamn game.
Yeah.
And then people are like, "Yeah, I hate them speedrunners. They make casuals look like." And I was like, "That's not what I was saying." But okay,
Dude, the
Like,
amount of
that's
salt
not
on
what
that
I'm saying.
video was so funny.
I was like, I clearly didn't say that, but okay, yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, I just think it's weird how people take everything to like great offense, and well,
Mhm.
maybe not everyone, because most people I talk to are pretty chill. Everyone kind of they know what's up, but like
Mhm.
I don't know, the book lickers out there. There's a lot of them.
I remember also after the Festa, I saw TSC, and we had a shot, and I said, "Good shit," because what you did was really good. Now I don't know him personally, so whatever anyone has to say about him, I don't give a shit. Only thing I care about is what he did on that stage, and that shit was good.
So
That's literally it.
I've
awesome.
known TSC for a bit, and I absolutely love TSC. I hope he comes back for Ryze.
He will.
He's a great guy, but he is very abrasive and he is very proud. And so when people talk down to stuff that he does and spends time on, that's when he gets hostile. And I 100% get that. And
He's right. He's right.
He's right. He's defending his cause and his
Yes.
effort. And so he says a lot of shit, and people take it the wrong way because they don't understand the amount of time and effort he puts into his stuff.
The same thing that came out of heaven and like fell into Kanye West is the same thing that fell into TSC. Just so you guys know. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's the exact same fucking thing. Just pure, raw, unadulterated talent. Communication needs a little work. Needs a little work.
Yeah, the talent was up there. The social aspect is lacking a little bit.
I mean, that's to be expected, though. A lot of people who are super talented have issues with it. So, I mean, that's to be
Albert
expected.
Einstein, I mean, he like spit in like people's faces, I guess. And that's what they're finding out in a couple fucking memoirs now. So yeah, Albert Einstein was wild enough back in the day, dude. Just fucking going crazy. Good for him. E equals MC fuck you.
How many times do you think he's had to answer questions regarding energy? And how tired of it do you think he was?
Bro, he was ready to just punch everybody in the face. He's like, look, y'all don't get this shit. I
wrote it down. I did all the math for you. It's fucking right there. That's funny.
That's the problem with being a genius, dude. That's why TSC pops off. Like, you keep it all inside and people don't understand. And like, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I hope he comes back for Ryze. I don't know if he said if he will or not, but reach out to him later, I guess. Find out. We'll see when the beta comes out, or the demo, whatever it is.
He'll be back in the beta. He'll find something. He'll find like a dung pod that does like 90,000 damage. He'll be like, all right, yeah, I'll play this game. Like, he'll figure it out. Excuse me.
All right. Well, with that, let's finish. Let's pound our rest of our beer real quick.
I haven't had enough yet. Man, I'm really gonna enjoy doing runs again when we get back to it. I'm not gonna lie.
I need to get another beer. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to fight people on YouTube. I was just talking to Phemeto about this the other day. I cannot wait to really just see how to break that game, because it's going to be a Switch game, right? And there's going to be a couple things you can do on the Switch with, an edited Switch that's going to be pretty fucked up. And I'm going to do every one of them. And I'm pretty excited, man.
Do you think there's going to be, because I mean, the Switch modding community isn't exactly huge. I mean, it kind of is, but you're pretty limited on the amount of Switches you can use. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of Monster Hunter shenanigans on the Switch.
Bro. I got Asterisk.
You'll be surprised.
Does Aster have a Switch?
I'll buy him one. I'm not worried about it. I'll send him one of mine. I ain't worried about it. Trust me. Whatever I get on Switch, Aster will make. I swear to God. I'll send him as much as it takes.
Speaking of console mods, though, so Jen, I don't know if you've been aware, but Arati's been modding Double Cross.
Okay.
And he fixed my cats.
What do you do?
Well, so if you don't know, from Gen to Double Cross, cats got nerfed by a fuck ton.
Okay.
Basically, the amount of raw cats had in high rank, like base Gen, they had less in GU or Double Cross.
Yup.
because they got nerfed. Like all their damage just got tanked. And Arati fixed the scaling of Cat, so now they are in line with all the other weapons. So their damage is actually decent.
It's wild. So like,
why did they nerf them in the first place?
Okay, I think they nerfed them for the same reason why they nerfed clusters and slicing MO. It's because people complained that it was too easy.
Oh, my videos? Oh.
Yeah, basically, your shit.
That's what
But cats weren't even that great in Gen. They were like solid C tier, like because they took a long time to ramp up their SP skills to actually get any damage going. But I think
Right.
people complained about it too much, that they were too effective, and so going into GU, they tanked all their damage. Like they tanked World's Strongest, that ability no longer fucking works. It's just garbage. And then like all the weapon, like the actual weapon raws got nerfed, and then their attack scaling got nerfed. Like everything just plummeted. And so by the end of GU, your level 99 cat was about as strong as your high rank cat. But now you're fighting monsters with 3 times the amount of life. Like
So useless.
That's pretty
then.
shitty.
Basically
yeah, that's why cats
pretty
were
shitty.
literally worse than Hunting Horn and Gunlance. It was like they were like the worst. So
Oof.
Arati patched that and fixed the bug of bad cats. And so now I'm playing Double Cross with cats that are actually decent. And I'm like HR 3, Village 6 now. Fucking enjoying it so much. I love cats being good. So
You know,
Cool.
you know what's funny though? I have a hard time going back to old Monster.
I
Good.
don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's so clunky. It is so
They
fucking
weren't good.
clunky.
They weren't good.
No, they were fine.
Where's my back roll? Like,
Yeah.
where's my back roll at?
Do back roll, yeah. No back roll. Well, it's like that, and the AI is so goddamn abusable with the head turns. Like the AI is just
Mhm.
horrible in the previous games. Also, just like the directional control of attacks, just bad. Super bad. Yeah, I don't blame
It was
you at
just
all.
like
What happened there?
really, really, really clunky. Like, especially when you go back from World, then you feel the clunkiness more.
Mhm. It's
It
like going
feels
back
really
to play
sticky.
Demon Souls.
Oh God,
Hey.
no.
So, fem. I'm gonna drink with you on that one.
Okay, I know the remake is great, but original Demon Souls is clunky as shit.
Listen.
that shit is
It had opportunity.
super clunky.
Man, both of you guys, geez, you're just
It's
fucking
clunky.
killing
Like
me.
half the shit in the game
Do you want
didn't
me to
work.
take my shirt off so you can see how many daggers I have in my back from both of you with this shit you're saying? Like, dear fucking God. Dear God. Everybody says because it came out 10 years ago, oh, it's clunky. Was it? Or was it pristine and very crisp at the time?
No, even at the time, it wasn't that great. I mean,
Oh my
dude,
God.
it was clunky. It was
10
very.
years ago is pre-Obama, pre-Trump. There's no way you could even remember it. Any of you.
You know what came out 10 years ago? That was actually at the same time, I think. Mirror's Edge. That was a fucking great game. That wasn't.
It was a dope game. It was short, but I mean, like the gameplay was fun. You know what I mean? Like the gameplay was dope in it, and speedruns in it were actually kind of cool to watch. I
And then
remember
the
that.
second one sucked balls.
Didn't it get
Yeah.
a sequel? Oh yeah, the sequel. Okay.
Yeah.
Was the sequel bad?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Oh shit.
Which
Yeah.
sucks because I really liked the first one.
Let's
Anyway.
talk about his hunter, bro. Let's talk
Yeah.
about.
Wyverian,
Big
you
W's
are
hunter.
very attached to your hunter. You have your own OC hunter. Tell me about your hunter, sir.
Okay, well, that actually that wasn't intentional. I guess it's because I used to do art a lot and I used to design characters, not professionally, but you know, it was a hobby. And I think I took that into making characters in video games because I never really make a character after myself. I just make whatever looks pleasing to my eye. So, and I know in Monster Hunter, a lot of the female sets look nice to me. So I just make a female character. And I happen to make a very good looking female character. So I run with that. It wasn't really planned or anything.
Oh, so you don't have like a name for your hunter? You didn't like you're not
I don't even
reason
have
with,
a
like,
name. It's literally just Wyverian. Just so people know that, you know, just so the name is consistent, you know. So not even a name. But I did have a little headcanon that she was from Dundorma, That's why her skin is dark, because she was like in the desert, and her hair is white because she used to use I forgot what the berries were,
She saw that
but it
Rihanna
was
video.
certain. It was like certain berries in a Monster Hunter universe, and she would like make her hair white by like dyeing it with the berry juice or whatever. It's really fucking stupid, but it's fun.
Make sure you show his character behind us when we're talking about this, so people know what we're talking about. So, like,
It's
Okay,
fun.
I was literally just curious because you seem very proud of your hunter, and yeah, it's a good looking hunter. I just know people like Faye is like super attached to their OC hunter, and I was just curious if you had like a backstory and
Coco?
Yeah, Coco. Everyone knows Coco.
Coco. Big breasted, big booty,
I've
Coco.
seen that. It literally was just like everyone is just like, oh wow, your hunter's so pretty and wow, that's a
Mods.
nice character. And I'm just like, I'm gonna work with that. I'm gonna work with that. That was pretty much it.
Make it
Even
run,
like
baby.
other
Make it
games
run.
I play, even in other games I play, I tend to make really nice female characters. So
So you don't make the same character, like you haven't gone to other games and make like the same kind of character?
no, I don't. I usually like the only thing I keep consistent is probably like skin tone, like kind of tannish skin tone, and then I kind of like base the colors of the eyes and the hair around the skin tone. So like white hair works a lot with dark skin, and hazel eyes works with dark skin. So stuff like that.
White hair works the best on everything. White hair's the
No,
best
that
hair.
actually is true, dude. Even if you're pale as shit, white hair
Yeah,
works.
Yes.
dude.
That
We learned
So-
that from
so-
Sephiroth and
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
silver white hair.
Yes,
dude,
exactly.
that's the
Exactly.
best.
It works.
All
doesn't
my
look bad.
characters always white hair with a ponytail. I just started
It
doing
looks
that with
good.
every
It looks
Monster
good.
Hunter.
And you always got to turn their head like this on like Dragon Age, and you got only like one scar over the eye.
Yeah,
just-
exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
one
You know
scar
what's up.
over the eye.
Oh yeah, don't forget the scar. The scar.
You gotta get the scar, bro. You gotta get the scar. You gotta get the scar over the eye. Let's talk about PSO2, dude. So I know that you're playing a lot of PlayStation. Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying that? Everyone who else was on that? Sammy was on that. A couple of the other Monster Hunter
Yeah,
players.
Sammy was
were
on
that.
it.
A lot of people were on it actually.
Sammy was going hard. Sammy was going hard. I lurk, by
He
the way.
was
Sammy,
going-
Apex
you
is
know
on
I lurk a
it, I
lot.
He was ODing on PSO.
Are you going to be playing, Fantasy Star 3, or are you going to be just skipping that to go right to Ryze? What are you doing?
So I do plan to play and make content for New Genesis.
Okay.
And it's just because right now, I guess because it just came out in North America, that the community is so small. So I feel like I'm talking to myself when I post about it on Twitter. Like, you know how Twitter is like a gold mine for Monster Hunter content?
Yes.
Right.
That's not the case for PSO.
Well,
Nothing.
yeah, because I
No.
do feel like the PSO is relatively fresh in North America,
Yeah,
but then
it's
like they
fresh.
also announced that they're going to be doing like the renewal. So I think
Yeah.
PSO2
That's
there's
why.
there's a weird break where like people want to play it but are just kind of waiting to play it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're going to be doing content with that too, then, huh? You're doing like
Mhm.
guides and information on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of guides, and I like to do I want to do like fun content. Like for Monster Hunter, I was planning on making a video on builds versus set. You know. Oh yeah.
Is that
just
why
stupid
you
shit
posted
like
the
that.
Twitter
Like,
thing?
that's why I'm gonna quote all that shit that was there. I'm gonna quote it in that video because I want people to see that it's called sets. That's why.
Yeah. Basically, for Monster Hunter, it's sets, like
Exactly.
because that's all you're really changing.
Yeah, you're not changing your build or how you're not really changing your play style. Like, you know how like The Witcher 3, Geralt has builds? Like you want like a build focused on HP or fucking potions or whatever. Like that's a build. Like in Monster Hunter, all you're doing is changing your armor. That's not a build. That's a set.
I mean, and all the builds are the same thing. It's just we're cramming out as much GPS as we can.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
build's not a good term.
for content for PSO, I wanna I used to play Final Fantasy 14 a lot, but when PSO 2 came out, I said, fuck Final Fantasy 14. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because 14 is so revered.
Isn't 14
But
like
I
the
just-
largest MMO right now? Isn't it like larger
It's
than
like
WoW?
the second largest underneath WoW, I think. So it's like the second largest.
Oh, I thought
My
everyone
thing
stopped
with
playing WoW.
WoW, WoW's a train wreck. But but I
WoW's
just
been a
felt
train
like-
wreck since Wrath of the Lich King.
No, you're right. It's been quite a piece of shit lately. But I think tap targeting compared to action combat, I like action combat.
Oh,
So
100%.
when I played PS2 and I was like, this action combat, this Kingdom Hearts on steroid. I was like, and then I went to log into FF14 and saw that my account got hacked.
Oh,
then-
well,
Then
no point coming
that
back
was it.
then.
Yeah, then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck for it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I really like PSO2's like actual combat. I just thought it was so late in the game. Dude, trying to learn PSO2 now is such
Yo,
a
it's
nightmare.
insane. It's so much information.
You-
Information
Is it?
overload.
It,
Is
dude,
it
Jin,
a lot?
have
I-
you
I-
tried?
No,
It's
I don't.
crazy. Like
I
they
come
throw
from
so
Everquest,
much.
So
though.
much.
I come from EverQuest, where like
I
so
do. I don't know. I think PSO2 is worse.
Dude, every
It's
game
worse.
since EverQuest has been easy. Like every game since EverQuest has been easy to me. Like every single game since EverQuest has online. Like if it's an MMO, like. Let me ask you this: in that game, if you die, do you lose experience?
No. I'm not talking
No,
about
It's
playing the
not
game.
that.
It's menuing, learning what
Yes.
to do and how to do things, and just all the bajillion different screens you have to navigate. Oh
Can't you
my
macro
So
mode?
god!
that shit, though?
many, like,
What?
huh?
Can't you macro most of that shit though with like little like shortcuts and
No,
shit?
not really. No.
No.
Honestly, no. You
Okay.
can't. You just have to
I'm
cycle
asking.
through
I don't know. So I'm asking.
Yeah, it's
It's
difficult,
like-
Jin.
It's like a lot of menus. It's kind of like FF11, but worse. A lot more menus and then systems on top of systems. It's like the ultimate convoluted. It's Kingdom Hearts as a mechanic. You take Kingdom Hearts
not
story
what I
and make
see
it a
when I see
mechanic.
the streams. That's not what I see.
Yeah,
I see,
because the
like,
people that stream it know what's going on.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him. Hold up. We lost him. He's back. He was
back.
laughing so hard, he vanished.
Yeah, he
There you
back.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
New phone, who this?
I'm back.
Yeah, just saying.
Oh, but yeah.
Everyone that streams fucking knows how to play.
Oh yeah, that's also the problem because you see them playing, and you're like, how the fuck do I do that? And they're like, oh, you just affix this into that, and I'm just, huh? How? What? Huh? What? It's
Yeah,
confusing.
It's very confusing. So that's why I really wanted to play PSO2 because I'm a big fan of Phantasy Star. I played Phantasy Star 1 and 2 on the GameCube so much. But
What? That's not the no. See? Stop. Everyone stop this right now. Hold on. Let me clear some shit up here.
What?
Yo, no. Hold on. We're not gonna have these kind of lies just be told. You did not play
What?
Phantasy Star 1 and 2 on the fucking game.
Fantasy Star
1 and 2 were on Sega Genesis.
yeah, okay, the shitty Phantasy
Oh,
Stars. I
You know
played
what he
Shitty.
meant?
Hold on. Stop again.
You know what he meant?
Bro, that storyline in Phantasy Star, the original ones for Genesis, were like
Really good.
at the
Yeah.
time it was like bigger than Star Wars. You have
Okay,
no idea.
sure.
You
Yeah,
have
no,
no
the,
he's
sto-
idea.
the
right.
stories
It was
were
ahead of its
fine,
time.
but the gameplay was like even shittier Final Fantasy at the time.
Great! What are you talking about? It was
Come on, it was
fine.
not that good. It was
Oh my god! I hope right now you have Phantasy Star 3 playing behind me right now. Like I wanted to see the combined moves, the different planets you go to, the fucking thick dialogue, dude. These games were they're better than shit coming out on PS4 and PS5. Like no, those games are.
I'm
man.
have to agree with Jen on this one.
Yes, Phantasy Star 1 through 3 for Sega, dude, they're so good. And dude, you do some insane fucking shit in those plots. Like I mean insane like world change because you're on different dude. Oh my god, I could talk about these games.
okay.
Oh
Jen,
my god.
I've only played Phantasy Star 2 on the Sega, and I couldn't even get through it. Maybe it's because I was like
How
12.
old were you? You were like 2.
I was like 12.
Okay, it's not exactly an easy game. That's for sure.
No, it's not.
Dude, I'm
Okay,
telling you.
all I was saying was that I played episode 1 and 2 on the GameCube, that Phantasy Star Online.
Okay.
like for 3,000 hours. I was highly invested in that Fantasy
Damn.
Star.
Game's good. Game
It's
was
a
good.
real good game. And I
What
don't
about,
I don't dislike Fantasy Star. I just didn't want to get into 2 because it was like basically at the end of its life because they already announced the reboot.
Yeah, I
Three's coming
just
out.
at this point, the only reason why I'm playing now is because all of the cosmetics will be able to be transferred to New Genesis.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, at this point, with all the
Fashion
like
Hunter.
scratches that comes out and all the outfits you can get, just collect all that shit now. And then when New Genesis comes out, you have all of it. That's the only reason why. Like, other than that, I would wait too. But
Get that loot. Get that loot.
yeah, that's, I mean, other than that, it is a really fun game. I just think that, oh, let me tell you. So when they announced this at E3 last year, I didn't give a shit about it because I was salty. I was like, you're gonna wait until now to bring this game over and it's on the fucking Xbox? Like, what? Like, fuck this game. And then I actually started playing it more, and then I was like, wow, this is actually really fun. And then they announced New Genesis, and then I was like, okay, I'm invested now. I'm invested.
So you would
But-
say that since you played it, now you're even more hyped for New Genesis?
Definitely, yeah. Even more hype.
Okay, well, I mean, that's always
And
good.
then
I
the
guess that's
fact-
what they want.
The fact that the original PSO2 is going to get a graphics update, it's also pretty good too.
Okay, so can you explain that? So I thought New Genesis was going to be like a Final Fantasy 14 thing where they're going to remake the thing.
Mhm.
But I guess they're not. Like Fantasy Star Online 2 is still going to be its own thing, and then New Genesis is going
Yeah.
to be like a separate thing.
Yeah, it's like, so New Genesis is essentially PSO 2.5. So it's not exactly PSO 3, but it's like it's like Final Fantasy 10-2, a sequel to PSO 2.
So it'll be a separate
then
game.
they're
Like
gonna-
2's still going to
Final
continue.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a separate game, but you can bring your character back and forth between PSO2 and NGS.
Oh, okay.
And
It's gonna be
then
weird.
to make them more compatible, they're gonna have PSO2 look like NGS. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do
That's
that,
going to be
but they're
weird,
gonna
dude.
do it. Yeah, it's weird, but it's like super ambitious, and I hope it actually works out.
Okay. Actually, I didn't know that, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, try to jump in between games is going to be odd, but they'll make it work.
Yeah, I mean, because Sega already, the story of PSO2 is kind of like redonkulous, so it might be time travel for all I know. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, Fantasy Star stories have always been kind of out of the loop. Well, they're sci-fi stories. All sci-fi stories.
Yeah, they're
are kinda
sci-fi,
weird.
bro. They're awesome.
Okay, so Wyverian, you got anything else you want to add, talk about, shill, or do anything before we move on to just like general Monster Hunter nonsense?
No, we can move on. Let's talk more about Monster Hunter.
Okay, cool. So you pound your drink, and we'll continue on.
All right, let's put these down, boys.
You know what? I already finished both of them.
Come on, 3 since we're started.
God damn.
I think you underestimated the amount of drinking we do over here.
Pussies. Oh my God.
I also had one before we started too. Like, I'm getting there. I'm losing it.
A diamond upside down is a vagina.
Well, I mean, if you got another one, you should grab another one.
Hey, can we talk about the Monster Hunter movie before we do anything, please?
Yo, let's go. Let's talk
Th-
about
this,
that piece
this
of shit.
apocalypse. Okay.
All right, so let me start this one off. I already went on a rant about this movie, right? Like, I'm hyper bad. I went on a rant about this movie, and my expectations were very low. After the last rant I went on, I didn't think there was going to be anything that could surprise me. And then the new trailer came out. I don't really know how to explain my disdain, but I had to take my glasses off so the camera can pick up how upset I am. This
you
is
seen-
easily one of the worst movies that it will ever be made. And I mean when mankind's history is wiped off the face of the planet because the sun has gone out, an alien race has vaporized everything, all the nutrients on our thing here, there may still be a remnant of this movie somehow. And I need to make sure that the diagnosis that we and the whole planet give about this movie is that it is complete and utter trash. I have never seen anything worse than this. The last time I saw a video game movie this bad was the Mario Brothers movie, and that was 30 years ago.
I will defend the
like,
Mario Brothers movie as being.
You can defend it all you want.
That movie's so bad that it's good.
No, it's so bad it's bad, and I'll go down that rabbit hole with you. It is very bad. And
It's
like,
bad.
I used to think it was bad, it was good, but like if you watch it again, you're like, no, it's really bad. Like it's
okay. Even
it's
if that
abnormally
movie
bad.
is so bad, I know it's bad, but
It's
I
bad.
still think it's more enjoyable than what I've seen so far from this.
This is worse. This is worse. Imagine this, all right? So in the trailer, you see a Diablo stab the dude. There's no blood, and then like he throws grenades at him, and it does like no damage. Actually, we don't even need to say anything else because that just sounds stupid. Like that sounds absolutely fucking
Dude,
bad.
I didn't even pick up on the no blood thing. That is
there was no blood.
Funniest thing. So I
get
guarantee you,
impaled and there's no blood.
Through the guy to where it could lift him off the ground, and there was no blood. None.
Dude, I guarantee you it's because there's a China release of that movie. The no blood
Is Winnie the Pooh in the movie too? Is that also a problem? Is that what we're gonna have going on?
It might be an Easter egg somewhere. You never know.
Oh my god! I got a hiccup.
But like that's the only reason why I can think it's gonna be a thing through the entire movie. So there'll be like no blood. There might be like purple blood for Gormagala, but that's about it. Oh, have you guys seen Gormagala's jaw?
Yeah.
What?
Why
How
is
did you
it-
fuck that up?
That doesn't look like the model I saw.
It looks super weird. It looks like I think it was who pointed it out on Twitter. It looks like a Devil Joe's jaw. But
Yeah, it kind of does. It's super defined. He doesn't have a defined chin.
right.
It looks really bad in literally any way that you want to talk about.
He's also got eyes, and Gormagala doesn't have eyes.
No.
Wait, he has eyes in the movie?
Yeah, he's got eyes. You can't see it in that like jaw clip, but a long time ago when they released like the clip of the Rathalos and the Gormagala fighting in the mall, if that's not something to go off of,
Oh, that shit looked bad too.
yeah. But Gormagala does have like he opened his eyes. He's got like purple eyes in that scene. I'm like, no,
Burn it.
you fucking
burn it.
ruined it.
Burn
Yeah.
it.
And I like we were talking before we started this podcast, but every time we see something else on this movie, it just gets worse and worse. Do you guys see like the Palico? Okay, no, hold on. Okay, so not only just the Palico, which looks creepy, like super creepy.
Yes.
The Admiral. I was thinking Ron Perlman was gonna save this movie. Dude, I actually gotta get a Google image. I'm gonna put it on when I edit this.
Put a big Ron Perlman right behind it.
He just looks like he don't belong there.
Ron's been through a rough part of his life recently, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're seeing in that photo right there. Ron's been going through some shit.
Oh no.
And dude, I was watching Rainey talk a bunch of like really polite stuff. He's like, man, I hope this movie's good so we get more Monster Hunter stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, I want it to be good too. And then like I forgot that I saw the trailer. And I'm like, oh god, Rainey has no idea what he's walking.
No.
Did Rainey not see the trailer?
It's not gonna be good.
I think he did, and like he's just like hoping out. Like he's just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good because he don't want to say anything negative about his favorite franchise. But like inside, he knows he's dying. Inside, he's dying, like for sure. Like
Ron Perlman looked like a swollen orc.
Worse, the Urukai. He looked like an Urukai, like a half orc, like a half orc, like not even a full orc.
It's disgusting looking. I thought Ron Perlman was gonna save that movie.
I know that the ugliest man that has ever existed in American history could somehow get uglier, and yet here we are. Like it blew my mind. Like I didn't think they could make Ron Perlman look like.
You think he's an ugly guy?
Ron Perlman is literally the ugliest thing I've ever seen on two legs that has a pulse. Like without
Ron
a doubt.
Perlman is not the best looking guy.
Okay.
Ron Perlman, dude, oh my god, he's in what is it, Alien Resurrection with Sigourney Weaver. And in that's the first movie. I don't know if someone calls him Monkey Man or if I just called him Monkey Man, but in that movie, I just know him as Monkey Man because he looks like a fucking ape, dude. He literally is the ugliest thing. Like I can't think of anybody who's ugly. What's another ugly actor? Ron Perlman. That's it. It's really just him. Like he's in a world of his own. Like nobody's uglier than Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I have to take a minute to think about that one.
He's the ugliest Hollywood actor that you can think of. Like the top. Like there's no one who's uglier that's ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the ugliest, he's the most successful ugly actor of all time. Right?
I mean, you might have me there because I can't really think of anyone else.
I can't think of anyone else.
Because most of the time, like male actors have to be like peak performance.
He's so ugly, it's blocking your memory. That's the thing. Like his ugliness has powers. It carries over. Like, you don't understand. These hiccups are killing me. I'm gonna fucking die.
It's gross. Okay. Yeah. So, God. Any other things you guys think will save that movie?
Yeah, Mila Jovovich. Just kidding.
No, Mila Jovovich is not gonna save
on a Rathalos, dude. Like there's nothing saving this movie. Like nothing. And there's a sequel coming, right? Isn't that the?
Yes, there was a confirmed sequel. I bet it'll be like the fucking Resident Evil movies, or there's gonna be like 17 of them.
No,
she's gonna turn into a Bareth.
You know what? What I don't understand is why does this director insist on screwing up the lore?
Because he's given the money to do it.
That's what he does. Like that's what he's done for like 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, like you think he did any lore research on Resident Evil?
He literally
no.
Imagine how hard it is to ruin that series. And then imagine that he did it, like, because that's what happened. Like, think about that.
Which is crazy because how do you? It's zombies. You've
got a 2-hour movie in every game. Like, you've got it right there.
It's right there. Yeah. Like, it's fucking zombies. It's not hard.
Zombies in a building. We don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't got to give me a bunch of crazy shit. Just give me the zombies in the building and people running room to room. Give me a big snake. Some dude named Wesker. Some guy named Barry with some one-liners. Some big swole dude named Chris.
He made it convoluted because of his wife. That's
exactly.
Is that what it is? But like, what? Like, I don't. Like, couldn't they just cast her as Jill and that'd be all right?
I mean, like, that would be the smart thing to do. Why would, but you know, that would be a smart thing to do. But apparently, he didn't think about that.
I wish I could have wrote the screenplay for the Monster Hunter movie. I had the perfect idea in my head. Also. First, before I get into that, did anyone know, is Legends of the Guild still going to be a thing? Did they show anything about that ever?
No.
Nope.
Of
course not. So, my idea for a Monster Hunter movie was going to be like a hunt. It was going to be like the main team of the story, party of 4, goes out, pulls a quest, like a piece of paper off the quest board, goes and does their thing. As they come back and talk and regale and drink, they see another group pull an urgent quest from the board. And then, like, later that night, they just pull in bodies of people that are just dead. Like, whoa, what the fuck? And then they go and take the urgent because nobody else wants to do it now. And then the whole movie is them setting out to the adventure, finding a monster, doing like the last 30 minutes of like fighting this fucking thing, and finally coming back and everyone thinks they're heroes and blah 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 blah. I think it would be great.
Why couldn't that have been the movie? Why do we have to have this military bullshit?
Because Ron Perlman needs a paycheck.
Ron Perlman needs a gun, apparently.
Like, when I imagine a Monster Hunter movie, I think of it in the Monster Hunter world organically and just being being about a hunter. But let's say some random hunter and her father died to a Gormagala. Like, just something. But why you gotta do this alternate dimension bullshit?
Or portals. It's fucking Pacific Rim.
Big kaiju.
Like what?
Yeah, it's a kaiju. That's exactly it. I think they wanted it to be like a kaiju movie so that it appealed to a broader audience. But then they just alienated all of the audience.
You know what's funny though is that the Sonic movie surprised me. That was actually
the Sonic movie wasn't bad. It was a pretty good movie. I think they're going to be doing a second Sonic movie, and I'm okay with that.
Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. I got to stop you there. I really do.
Wait, what? What?
We're gonna talk about the Sonic movie now that you both are praising so much that I got.
Did you actually watch the new Sonic movie?
I 100%. I'm a big James Marsden fan ever since Disturbing Behavior like 20 years ago. So trust me, I'm a big James Marsden fan. So as much as I'll agree that the movie was better than I thought it would be. That movie was horrible in the sense that Do you remember the beginning of the movie?
Yes. Yeah, I know.
I mean, we can't walk by it. No. See, you're trying to walk by it already. You're like, yes, but no. So suddenly we have a giant owl creature. Because that's been a big part of Sonic, right? Is the big owl that no one's ever heard of, right? The huge part of Sonic.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying that was the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
Anybody who's never seen a Sonic movie, you walk in, you got this, you're like,
I will say it wasn't
I don't know
the best
why we can't get good video game movies. I don't know why.
because they don't want video game movies for the video game fans. They want it to appeal to everybody, which is why even the Sonic
would watch
movie,
it if there wasn't a giant owl. More people would have watched it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the Sonic movie wasn't a great Sonic movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
about Sonic.
Yeah,
it was. I agree. And
they could have definitely done a better Sonic movie.
Why do they keep doing that? How come people just don't take the video game and go, all right, here, I'm going to update this for the medium?
Because they want it to appeal to people besides those who played the video game.
No, it's not that. It's pride. It's because they want to be the one to make it better, and they suck ass. Like, that's the
They never make it better.
They never do. They're always worse. Always, bro. And this is the easy, most laid out blueprint on a schematic, on a platter, like, haha, here you go. And they're like, I don't know how to fucking do this.
Monster Hunter would have been the easiest movie series. Like, dude, if they've done like a series of movies for Monster Hunter to do like,
no. It should be on Disney. It should be like a fucking like Hercules and Xena thing. Like they're doing Mandalorian. They do like the Hunters or whatever. Like that's
you're right.
Like every week if they did like Mandalorian,
it's an easy layup, and no one's doing it. Capcom is so good. What the fuck they're doing with their money? They have no fucking clue. No fucking clue what they're doing. Because that's the easiest.
Remember the trailer?
On Netflix, you can put on any of them.
Remember the trailer when Ryozo and Kaname was with the director? I was like, maybe this movie might be okay because they're with the director, they're talking about it, and I'm just like, why did they greenlight this? Like, why?
I think that the director definitely like has like sexual blackmail over people because there's no way his movies would get made otherwise.
Well,
like
dude,
it's just.
I think when they brought the directors on, they were translating wrong or something because I know a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago even the directors like said they had no idea what was going on in the movie. They weren't even told. So I was like, maybe it's not a good idea because
this is literally going to be the worst movie ever. This is going to be such a just massive, astute, fucking just fantastically focused piece of shit.
When's
like this movie is going to just suck, dude.
Do you think it's gonna like? Do you think it's gonna make? Do you think it's gonna hurt the Monster Hunter franchise?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll stop new people from coming into it for sure.
Bingo, Fem gets it, and that's what I'm sure they're aware of too, and that's what they're scared of, and that's why I don't know why they did what they did because what they did is they took this movie just like they took the game, right, the console game, and they made it more accessible to people. They wanted to have a broader audience. They wanted to bring them in. Oh, we've got Marines. Oh, people can relate to that. Blah blah blah. No one can relate to a creature they've never seen before stabbing a dude and then getting shot in the face and then like not feeling any damage. There's no connection to the creature. You have no idea where it's from. You've got no backstory on it. Like this is just a really badly done. You can't throw a bunch of monsters out in this movie. Like this needs to be like an episodic once a week thing. Like this is like
I agree.
Like you can't fit this into 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way you could do is if you did what Fem talks about, where you just show it from the standpoint of like 4 hunters, they go out and they get killed. Then you go back to the viewpoint of 4 hunters who get killed again. And then there's 4 hunters who actually kill it. And then that's how you end the movie. Like, that's the only way you could do this movie right. If you really want to show what it's like, and you really want to show how these monsters kick the shit out of 99% of the people that fight them, that's how you would do it. Right? And you would make it short dialogue.
I think that would work because even with the games themselves, we don't see that much of the Monster Hunter world organically. All we see is usually what we do as a player. So I feel like a movie would have been a perfect opportunity to show the world. Like, but why? Why?
Well, and I think it's funny because like it's a 2-hour movie, and I'm pretty sure people would take more than 2 hours to do like a hunt.
Oh my god!
I mean,
when's that hashtag coming out? When the movie's longer than the hunt? Like, dude, that's gonna be bad. Dude, or when your hunts are longer than the movie. Dude, that's going to be bad. Like, oh, dude.
There's people out there that I bet that fail a mission like due to timeout, and then they do it again. It's like a 2-hour hunt. It's like, yeah, that was the whole movie.
I'll bet $50
That's
right now. My wife, who has never played Monster Hunter, who's kicking the shit out of Demon Souls remake right now, I bet I could put her in Monster Hunter and she could beat a monster within the time limit compared to some of these people.
Yeah,
I bet
because your wife's competent. That's the difference.
But that's the
I
thing,
know
like-
people who like had Rathian run away in an expedition. So yeah.
Long fight.
Well,
I mean, that
I didn't
80
know.
shin
People
hit
thought
zone's
I
not
was
going
lying.
anywhere.
I think it was Fem or it was Fem. Fem didn't believe me when it said that I didn't know monsters could run. Like I didn't know that was a thing. I
didn't know that until then either.
I either
Like,
died right away or like I got it done like doing aerial stuff. So like it was weird for me to find that out. I'm like, what do you mean they run? He's like, yeah, they run away. They go. I'm like, huh? What do you mean?
Yeah, they have a time
Yeah, no,
limit.
I'm
Why
like,
it take so long?
What do you
The
mean?
fuck?
How?
What happened? Why it take so long?
I'm like, oh, that's weird. Yeah. Okay.
I really wish Legends of the Guild would come out though, because I feel like that would be more like Mandalorian, or it's an episodic Monster Hunter thing.
That would
Bro,
be better.
Dude, you've got some really good monsters. You got some good lore behind it too, because you could have season 1 be whatever, season 2 be Gore Magala, the big bad, when like you don't know why the monsters are changing, but they're changing and doing some different variants. And then season 3, you finally see Gore Magala, like you find out about him in like season 1. Like, dude, it's not hard to like do this kind of shit. It's really fucking easy. Especially
It writes itself.
That's what I'm saying. Just have them get fucking whacked by the monster, or have it be combat heavy. Which
Hey,
you just
did you ever watch a show called Primal or Wyverian?
Primal?
Primal. So it's an Adult
What
Swim
was it
show.
about?
It was done by the same guy who did Samurai Jack.
No.
Came out
No.
last year.
uh-uh.
So
No, I actually
Primal-
never heard about it.
Sweet show. You guys should go check it out. So Primal, I swear to God, it's like Monster Hunter, but same art style as Samurai Jack. Very bloody, very gory. But it's
Okay.
about like a caveman living in like, with dinosaurs and shit, just trying to survive and get through shit. And he's got like his pet dinosaur that he rescued in the first episode. No dialogue, kind of like how Monster Hunter would be, just gibberish, but no dialogue. Just wilderness survival and fighting dinosaurs. A fucking great show. It's like 9 episodes or something. You guys should go check it out. Monster
get
Hunter
behind
could
that.
do that. It would be
That
so
could
fucking
be
amazing.
that could be Monster Hunter. Like they don't have to say a word. They can just, or they could like say a little bit of words in
They
Monster
could
Hunter
grunt
language.
and gesture, and you'd get the point across. Because like in Primal,
Yeah,
that's all they do.
exactly.
Like there's literally no dialogue. There's just gestures and pointing and stuff, and you kind of get the vibe of emotions and stuff. Very well done show. If you like Samurai Jack, you'd love it. But yeah, they could do Monster Hunter the same way. It would be great.
You
I don't know
you
what their
remember how
problem
the CG openings for Monster Hunter was?
Dude,
Why
they're
can't
so
what if we got a
good.
show like that?
Like
Like what if we got a show like
3
that?
and 4, their openings are so good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So imagine that in 30 minutes. 30-minute episode of a hunt.
You know, skipping some of this stuff that I think doesn't really matter at this point, talking about Iceborne, I do want to talk about one thing here. Monster Hunter Stories 2. So this was my first time. I got to watch Fem play a little bit of Monster Hunter Stories. How did I not know about this game? This game is lit as fuck, dude. Oh my god. You can like gene splice and do all kinds of crazy shit with your monsters. It fucking blew my
You can
mind. just
EV
watching
train
it.
your monster.
Dude, it is insanity. Of course I will be playing this game hardcore as fuck. Do we know when this game is actually coming out? I thought they said it was going to be July in the leak. Is that right?
Well, I haven't seen any of the Capcom leaks, so maybe I guess it's July. But I know Capcom hasn't officially said anything about it other than it's being made. Wyverian, did you play Stories?
Me? Yeah, I played the shit out of Stories.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I also was gonna tell Jen that I also play competitive Pokemon, but I'm not that good. Like I'm okay.
Me either,
Oh,
bro.
I
you
can
got
get
to
online
get
and
in
get,
on
like-
Jin streams then.
Yeah, I was meaning to watch some of his streams. I can get online and get a few wins and then a few losses, but I'm not that great. But
Lord.
as someone who plays Pokemon, like game is amazing. I don't know why it didn't take off yet.
Well,
That's-
I think
that's
it's because the Monster Hunter franchise is also very small, especially on the 3DS and spin-off title. I mean, obviously it wasn't going to go very far. I'm hoping now with Monster Hunter being more prominent that Stories 2 will be picked up. But I like stories because I think it did everything that Pokemon didn't do. Because Pokemon hasn't changed in 20 years. It's been the exact same game
That's
over and over again.
problem.
And I think
Mhm.
Monster Hunter added so much more like free traversal of the world. With a bunch of different skills built in on your monsters you can ride on. Like, why did Pokemon do shit like that? That would have been so cool to like
Yeah.
ride your Onyx and burrow through the ground to get to different areas on your Onyx, stuff like that. And the combat system is fucking fantastic. Where you get to fight alongside
It
your
is.
monster. Like, I think the reason why I like stories so much is that it's everything I wanted in Pokemon, but it's Monster Hunter skin. So fucking great.
You just answered, you just kind of hit it on the head. Nintendo was hindered by the processing power. The
That
Nintendo
too.
Pokemon wasn't on PSP, bro. Couldn't do any of those things you wanted. You got to realize that. That's why. If it was, maybe they would have tried. I don't fucking know. This is the first time Pokemon's been on I wouldn't even say current gen. I guess I'd say like close to current.
It's still a technical handheld. It's like a current gen handheld.
Yeah, like.
But they didn't do anything. Even so, I thought that because when they jumped to 3DS, Pokemon jumped from the 2D sprites to the 3D sprites, which was fucking huge.
Yep.
Huge. And then
It
from
was
the 3DS,
it was also like it was like a good and a bad thing though, kind of.
because I mean the frame rate was
like,
pretty bad, but
yeah, that I feel like that's when they started slacking a lot more.
Yeah,
When
Pokemon
it
designs
transitioned
got
to
bad.
3D.
Yep.
yeah,
100%. 100% came in front. Yep.
because going from like 3DS even to Switch, it's literally you could have fit the game on the 3DS for
They
sure.
were like, "What do we want to do for the number Pokemon number 847? What do you guys want to make? How about we use my car keys? Oh yeah, let's use that one. What do we call
Hey,
him?
Klefki's cool. Don't fuck with Klefki.
Klefki's garbage, bro.
Shut up, Jen.
He's
Prankster
Klefki
Klefki.
and like 2 chiclets on a necklace. He's trash.
I don't care. He's prankster. He's prankster Klefki.
Dumpster water. He's loam.
dumpster
He's,
water.
he's
Doo-doo
bacteria
water. Doo-doo
beneath the earth. Like just trash.
I was actually hoping Pokemon would do more kind of like the region Pokemons, but just rather than be region Pokemons, I want subspecies, kind of like Monster Hunter has. Like, I want a Vaporeon that's like you have a swamp type Porygon that's kind of greenish blue with some lily pads on it. That's poison water, or then you have like a Vaporeon for like other regions.
They can't do that, dude, because of the typing. You don't understand. Like typing is so. Like that damage calculator, like typing being like that 0.5 versus like that 1.5, it's so insane. So if they give it that option, like, dude, they couldn't even keep up. They spend more time calcing like how shit plays out than any of us realize. And that's why they play it. That's people talked a lot of shit. They were like, oh, you're just cutting content. No, dude, if they had released it when they had released it with all the stuff that was going on, this game would have been just a fucking shit show. No one would have enjoyed it.
You know, I was trying to tell people that when Sword and Shield was coming out.
There was
like,
a lot of community backlash for Sword and Shield.
They freaked out, bro. They freaked out.
So much shit. And it's like, on one hand, I get it as a fan. I get it. You'd want every
content.
Pokemon coded in.
Yep.
I get it. But I feel like Game Freak also shot themselves in the foot because they've been coding in every Pokemon forever.
Yep.
And then when it gets to the time where they can't do that, they're gonna explode. Like, and I see other monster collecting games like Shin Megami Tensei or even fucking Digimon. They don't put every monster in one game.
Is
like,
Digimon
they never
even a
do
thing
that
anymore?
It's a thing, but it's like this. Like, no one gives a shit.
Monster Rancher. That's what I want. Monster Rancher.
There's a new Monster Rancher coming out.
That just came back too. Yeah, that just came back. It's coming back.
I know. I heard about it, but it's not what I want. Yeah,
you can't collect your fucking
it's never
gonna
be the
CDs
same.
from back
It's
in the
never
day
gonna
and
be
pop
Bro,
them in your
like here's
PS1.
how you make Monster Rancher 2020. You like have to take someone else's phone and scan it with your phone. You have to like scan their IMEI. Like that's how you would get like the new monsters. Like that's the best way to do it. If you could get someone to give you your phone.
Can we do that with Digimon? Like,
dude, could you do like something like Digimon, but like you use your Discord ID, like your code that comes to your Discord. You scan people's Discord stuff.
That would be dope. Just sit there and just be like beep 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 beep.
Okay.
I'd get behind it. Monster Rancher was cool in that, like, not only was it difficult to get like some of the monsters, combat was absolutely insane, and keeping your monsters alive was the hardest part.
Oh, my fucking monsters died all the time.
Everyone's monsters died. If you didn't give them the fucking banana and then reset, if they didn't have one of 4 responses to it, then like they didn't gain the additional week to extend their life. Like it was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was surprised that they died so quick. It was like 18 weeks or something, and they died.
Dude, I can't believe how deep that game was like 15, 20 years ago. Like that's literally, yeah, it's like 18 years ago. That game had like hidden stats. Like
it was ahead of its time mechanically.
100% mechanically for sure. And the idea at the time, hey, go grab your friend's DVDs and we'll give you a random monster.
It was music CDs. It was like PS1 era.
Yeah. You're right. It was CDs and DVD. Was it
and other games? It was just other games and music CDs.
Yeah, it was other games. Yeah.
Oh,
music
shit.
CDs. Yeah.
They got the
DVDs. No DVDs on PS1.
Yeah, DVDs was not even a thing.
That was PS2. That was PS2.
It wasn't a thing.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. I'm thinking about great games back in the day because I'm old and I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I do want to talk about the fact and just go back on it that I can't believe how absolutely horrendous this Monster Hunter movie looks. Like I think this is the 3rd podcast where I've just been trashing this movie, and like I feel bad because
Jin. I didn't even break this up before. So the movie comes out on like, was it December 30th or something?
Why? No one's gonna watch it then.
I know. Fuck? So I think that's when it's supposed to be, but they keep pushing back the release date because of fucking COVID shit. Jin, you want to fly down to see the movie together, or to something like that? December 25th. Oh god, it's a Christmas movie. Jesus Christ.
That's not good. That's not good.
Hey guys, do you guys want to spend Christmas together and watch the Monster Hunter movie? Said no one ever. Why would you have that? No one is gonna do it. All right, I'm really glad that movie's gonna flop harder. I'm trying to think like what flopped that hard. What's gonna be a bigger flop? Because that's got to be a lot of CGI, right? Got to be a big flop.
Yeah,
got to be a lot of CGI.
It's gonna flop more.
Actually,
than Mulan.
the CGI actually looks good though.
How hard
paid money for that shit?
I think Mulan lost like 200 mil or something.
And that's because it was released on Disney versus in the studios, right? In the theaters.
Yeah, it was like only Disney Plus, and you had to pay $30 to watch it.
I can tell you, nobody's going to see the Monster Hunter movie in theater. Literally nobody.
Well, because you can't go to theaters.
Even in like Louisiana or any of the other redneck states where like you fucking can still do that because they don't believe in COVID for some reason. Like they're still not going to go see this. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to spend. And I'm like excited to like want to see like anything cool from Monster Hunter come on as a new guy, you know, coming in the series. I wouldn't spend my Christmas watching this horrific piece of shit. You know what I would do like with this movie? Like I would watch it like with my friends and fast forward through it like in like 10 minutes.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I would watch my stream and like fast forward through most of it, like 100%. Like maybe 100% of the movie. Because it looks that bad. I have no idea, dude. This movie looks so horrifically bad, dude. Oh my god. It's
bad.
It's bad, dude. Listen, we can call it on that and just
well, before we go, real quick, Wyverian, do you have any hopes or concerns for Ryze coming out?
Oh, I do have.
Well, I actually have concerns.
Oh, well, because I'm eager to hear them.
I'm wondering, like, is the wire bug going to be the next clutch claw? Like,
I think everyone has that idea.
Like, you know, when the clutch claw first came on, you're like, wow, this is so fucking amazing. We can slam monsters to fucking walls and shit. And then, like, a month later, it was like, fuck, I don't want this shit anymore.
Because it didn't work. It just really didn't work half the time.
Put it back.
You're like, I shot a monster in the head and I hit his tail. You're like, that's not a thing, though. I don't know why this happened.
Well, and I think people didn't realize how prevalent the weakness tenderizing was going to be, where it was basically mandatory for all weapons, and keeping it up was a nightmare when it didn't work.
Do you want to take any fight and extend it by 30 seconds by doing this arbitrary move? Please come play this game.
I mean, like, personally, I've gotten used to, like, just the whole gameplay loop of the clutch claw.
Yeah,
But
if
that
you eat enough
doesn't
shit,
mean that
you'll be okay with shit eating. Like I'm with you. I did the same
it's
shit.
like
It's horrible.
it's like I'm used to it. Doesn't mean that I want it.
You don't
Like,
like it. You don't
It's
want it. Yeah, I
Stockholm
agree.
syndrome.
I put up with
It
it,
is Stockholm
you
syndrome.
know. But
If it
I do
if it
think
sustains me,
because
keeps
it's
me
like
going.
this is a new Monster Hunter game. I can't patch this out, so I have to deal with it.
Yep.
So I'm wondering, like, just how the wire bug will be received. That's what I'm worried. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. Hopefully, it's not super crazy. We haven't seen like very much wire bug specific moves. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be something that we have to spam constantly.
yeah, tenderizing. I think if Clutch Claw didn't have the tenderize, I think it'd be better.
I think it would be
On
great
top of it
without
already
tenderizing.
being janky, because you aim for the head and you go for like the arm on the other side. Like that shit was annoying. But
And that's why we have the ice mod. It's basically Clutch Claw without the actual tenderizing. It feels way better. It feels like an actual Monster Hunter. But you can throw monsters into the wall if you can.
okay. I also think that what are they gonna do about the social aspect? Because I do think that I want that in Monster Hunter. Like I don't know. I'm just tired of like being in a gathering home and no one's there. Like, why am I here? Why is this here?
Or no one
Like,
says anything. It's just
no
everyone's
one
just
says anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No.
Well, you know what's weird is that this is the biggest Monster Hunter game and it's also the quietest.
Yeah, that's sad. Like, it's
It
not
is,
good.
yeah. They World killed social Monster Hunter. It was such a social game before. That was the whole point.
It was.
And they ruined it. Yeah, I'm worried
The
about
most
that
we
too.
get are stickers.
The
You know,
fucking
like you do a
stickers,
hunt and someone gives you a thumbs up, like that's it. That's the most we get. I guess
Yeah.
that's really it. I feel like, especially Team 2, I feel like Team 2 makes
Better.
funner games.
Yeah, better games.
Their games are funner.
Team B makes some pretty solid Monster Hunter games, man.
I agree. So for the most part, I think it should be fine. But I do think that there may be a lot of wire bug haters out there, and
Yep.
I don't know. I might be one of them.
Well,
but
I mean,
we'll see.
I feel like every time a new Monster Hunter game comes out, everyone thinks it's shit, and they're like, "Oh, the previous game was the better Monster Hunter," and then
Exactly.
it'll be like that for a while.
Yeah, it's like people saying that old monster, like people saying that GU's better than World, and I'm like, well, in some aspects, yes, but in terms of like jankiness, like what's the better game here?
Right, because dude, old Monster Hunter was jank.
Yeah, like there's a difference between what you prefer and what's better. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's no way that old Monster Hunter is better. It's just it might be more difficult and you might be more accustomed to the jank. But that doesn't make it better.
Doesn't make it better. It just means that you like it more. That's literally it.
Personal preferences. Yeah. Jen, what did you have for concerns or hypes for Ryze coming out?
I'm just worried that it's going to be more optimal to sit there and spam R2 with a gun than it is to do any of the wire hunter stuff. Like, if they don't make it worthwhile, if they don't make it prevalent, I'm going to have a big problem with it. Because here's the thing. They made it a necessity with the clutch claw, right? Like, they made it required. I don't want that, but I also don't want it to be useless. So it's very tough to balance. It's got to have some inherent bonuses to it. And I don't want requirements to like drop weakness exploit or anything like that, but I would like to say, like, I don't know, if you roll a certain way while using the wire bug, you get like a special bonus to damage. You know what I mean? Just like I want to see some cool gems involved with it for the mechanics, and that's all. I just want to see some real reward for using it. That's all. That's all.
So you don't want it to be so prevalent that it's like Clutch Claw where we're forced to use it all the time, every time, and
Yeah,
you don't want it to be
that thing in the first 10 seconds. I'm just gonna be pissed. Like if that's the first thing I did every month, I think this game, I'm just gonna be frustrated. Like I'll be honest.
At the same time, you also don't want it to be so useless that we never use it.
No, it needs to be in the situation that I'm in. Like, listen, if I'm good enough to use this option versus whatever else is out there, like, if they're making a competitive game, make a competitive game. Don't make a redundant game where you're lowering the skill gap and lowering the skill ceiling. That's not what I'm looking for. There are other games out there that do casual gameplay.
That's a problem with a lot of Japanese developed games is accessibility. And that word has become a problem because it's like everyone is trying to get the general audience into these games.
100%.
And what they do is they alienate the hardcore players.
The people that like the game for what it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Street Fighter V did it, and that's why Street Fighter V is a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, nobody likes Street Fighter V. It's like a dog shit game.
Like pros put up with Street Fighter V because it makes them money.
Right.
Like
That's it.
That's really it. So I feel like I don't know. I kind of miss the '90s where they just made games because they
Just
wanted to make these games.
It was cheaper.
Like,
it was cheaper. That's why it was cheaper to do that kind of stuff.
Well, and also, you didn't have everybody in the world breathing down your throat across social media, pressuring you when you're making these games.
There's plenty of people that get away with ignoring that. You can't use that as an excuse. No. There are plenty of
companies
that
Nobody gets away
we're going to do what we want. We don't care if you don't want to play our game.
Yeah. Look at Hideki Kamiya. He don't give a fuck about nobody.
Bro, like they'll we'll play. Dude, look at fucking Kojima. He's like, you mad? I made a big-breasted bitch run around half naked. I don't care. Like, he's like, I don't fucking care.
I'm talking about more of the big game studios. Yeah, if you're like more of a smaller studio, Kojima's doing his own thing now, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But
he's under Sony. Sony bought him. He's directly under Sony.
Is he under Sony? I thought he was doing his own publishing too.
No, he is. Sony bought him and said, we will give you whatever you want and X amount of dollars forever, as long as you make games for our system and our system only. And that's why he had to do that quiet exit out of Konami, because it was like, he said, like, I'm not going to do this anymore, because they were bitching him for spending too much money. And he was like, I'm an artist. You can't tell me, like, if you really believe in me. I think there was like some leak thing that said like his conversation was something along the lines of, it takes whatever it takes to get the art out. Like that shouldn't be a discussion. It's like, if we want the best art that exists in the medium, because that's how he views, video games. It's an art form.
And that's fair.
If we want to have the best art, it doesn't matter. It's whatever it takes to get there. And they didn't agree with it. They wanted to do like pachinko games and all kinds of stuff for like quick revenue. And Sony was like, we will give you any amount of money you want, and you will not have to worry about your costs as long as your game makes profit. And he was like, yeah, whatever.
Could you imagine if they did that with like Monster Hunter? Because I know they definitely they have freedom to do whatever they want. It seems like it, because they don't seem like they really hold back much. But if they had an infinite budget, dude, that'd be crazy.
Well, you remember when he got his hands on Lords of Shadow, right? Castlevania?
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, he got his hands on Lords of Shadow, dude, and like the game was good. Yeah, Kojima got to come in and like do a bunch of stuff. Like anything he puts his hands on is good.
Wait, Kojima did Lords of Shadow?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it is a Konami game. Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and that's why it got good. That's why it got good, because he got behind it, dude. Now, he wasn't a full-on whatever. I couldn't give you the specifics on it, but like he was a consultant on some stuff. And yeah, dude, like that's why the game's better. That's why it has that twist at the end. With like real time, like, dude, oh my god, that game was so good. The ending when you find out that you're like in the real world, it's like, what the fuck? Like,
I personally think Kojima's kind of a genius.
He's a super god.
Everyone thinks he's a genius.
No, there's a bunch of haters out there because they're retarded.
No, there's a lot of haters that say, like I think Death Stranding was good. In mind.
So my buddy and me, I think I told Fen this one. So I was all like against it, right? And then my friend who was with, like, he's got me and him, we see like almost a lot of like, just like me and Fen do on a lot of games. He played Death Stranding, and he called me and he was like, "Hey, we were wrong." And I was like, "What do you mean, bro?" And he's like, "We were way wrong." I'm like, "Well, what's up? What are you talking about?" He's like, "This game is absolutely a fucking masterpiece." I was like, "What are you talking about? Masterpiece? This game you were just telling me is like straight fucking filth. Like literally like beneath the earth bacteria. Like, what are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, that
UPS simulator."
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
I think it's a different experience when you're actually playing it. And
It's the experience. That's why
Yeah.
it's art. It's the experience.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
because
It definitely is.
it's the gameplay. You're not doing a UPS simulator. You are building civilization. You are creating, dude. It's a lot. I'm not gonna spoil it, but like,
well, right, and I
there's a
get
lot
that,
to
but
it.
I think that's the same thing. It's kind of like as Monster Hunter is. It's like people don't get it. A lot of people like to hate on it, but until you're actually in there and you get it and it clicks, like what Aaron was saying earlier. Once you understand it, totally different experience,
It
different
clicks.
game.
Yeah, it does.
It's a different thing.
It rewards you. I wish it rewarded you more. Remember we were talking about it like maybe 4 episodes ago? If the only way to get the really good gear in the game is if to beat certain monsters within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I think they should do it like because I know a lot of games do like gold, silver, bronze,
Yep.
time.
Bingo.
For,
Yep.
That would be great. I think that
Alpha,
would
gamma,
push a lot of
beta.
people.
You know what's funny though? Even PSO2 does that. The faster you beat a
Because you
mission,
need a
the
reason
better
to
your
keep-
clear
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because you
to
need a
push
reason
people.
to keep playing and improving. That's what this game lacks, and that's what I don't know, on the Discord, that's the whole like purpose of like trying to make people better is, some kind of self-level of competition. Because you want to compete with
Could
your buddy.
you imagine
You want to
if
get better.
if quests gave you better decorations if you did them faster?
Yep.
People would be meta cucks for life.
Yeah. Name anything else in life if you do it shitty where it's better than you doing it good. I'll wait.
My job.
Okay, so nothing. Nothing, literally nothing. But yet Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Like if you kill it in 35 minutes or 4, rewards the same.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Problem.
I think that that's a big problem because a lot of people, because the game doesn't reward you for that, a lot of people just get by just making sure the monster's dead.
Right.
No matter how they
care
play,
about the time.
as long as the monster's dead and I don't time out, I'm good.
Yep.
But
I like playing the
it
game
takes-
though. I like being able to like eat a sandwich and run around on my Facebook and kill this thing. Then you're not playing the fucking game.
I was sitting at camp for 10 minutes while waiting to eat again.
I can't handle this.
No.
From people, dude.
No, I mean, like, I think it takes like a certain person with a mindset. If you're gonna play something for hundreds of hours, you might as well be good at it.
Thank you, thousands, and that's what it is. Thousands, it's thousands.
Like you're 100 hours into Monster Hunter, you're probably still a scrub.
You play this game under 100 or over 1,000. Is that we would all agree on that, right? That's
It's
usually the rule.
Yeah.
You play this game under 100 over 1,000. That's it. It's like it's one of the, you're really into it or you really hate it. Like that's it. No one's stopping. Like, well, I guess I'll play it like 150. No, you're gonna rock that shit off for like another 500, bro. Because this game's fucking awesome. Like this game is fucking good, and I feel bad that like we talk about like all the nuances, but it's because we love this game. Like this show's not meant to like talk about oh man like all these. It's just like the stuff we want to see improve, the stuff like that. If there is something cool, like we get hyped up about like new monsters, but we do love the game. We love the game.
So
we
hyped
love
for the new monsters.
Criticism comes from a place of love. Like,
oh shit, we're at 2 hours.
We're gonna criticize like because we want the game to be better.
Yeah, we do want it to be better. I can't wait for Ryze Monsters. I am so hyped for Ryze Monsters.
Stories 2 is going to be the one I'm really excited for. But Ryze Monsters.
This year is going to be great for Monster Hunter. 2 games in one single year. That's gonna be great.
For sure, dude. 2021 is going to be real good for Monster Hunter, man. I'm actually really excited about it because I get 2 different versions of it, and one is like I get to take 2 games that I was really good at, Monster Hunter and Pokemon, and combine it. Like I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens with that.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we head out, ladies and gentlemen?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. So that's fun.
I'm dying.
We burned 2 hours real quick.
Couple beers down. Good times. Well, I appreciate you being here, Big W. Thank you so much. Fem, as always, my brother, thank you for having me on stream. I absolutely enjoy it. And for all the viewers here tonight, we really appreciate you being here. I know it's a little bit different now with some of the content coming out just because it's a little bit low, a little bit slow trickle. But Ryze will be here soon. Ryze is coming, and it's going to be an all-on waterfall then. It's going to be good time. So that's everything from me. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Fem, go ahead and take us home, buddy.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks everyone for hanging around. Thank you, Wyverian, again for hanging out with us. It's been fun. Always appreciate people coming around to drink and talk and chat, do all that stuff.
Okay. If you guys first of all, The fact that you guys had me on, I really appreciate it. Because I didn't think that you guys would come to me. Because I watch your podcast. So I was wondering, like, if him hit me up.
Well, fucking say something.
Like,
anyone that wants to be on, that's fucking great. I
don't like to intrude, so I don't want to be like, yo, Fem.
No, I get you. I'm the same way. I don't like pestering people.
But yeah, this is like really fun. If you guys like ever want to like have a returning guest, like I want to come back on. Like this is fun.
I'll hit you up for sure then.
Sure, bro. Sure.
Okay.
I think we've only had one returning guest so far, which is Aster from modding stuff. But I definitely want to do another round because we're 21 episodes in now, and we've had one returning guest, which means we've had 20 different guests. I definitely want to do another roundabout because that'd be really fun.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's also hard getting people who will do face reveal and drink with us. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking Rainy and Cantor, fucking get your webcams, you jerks.
Do they not like to show their face?
They're bullshit at this point. They both could have done that shit fucking years ago. I don't want to hear that. I'll buy them away. It's $30. They're both fucking pussyfooting around. That's bullshit. That's
bullshit. They just don't want to do face reveal. No.
All right, but that's everything, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We absolutely love and appreciate you. And we will see you probably 2 weeks from now. Have a good time. All right.
Yeah. All right. Peace, people.
Everybody.